Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Suplexes and Shea Butter. Uh, yeah, we're back again with Tyler, Miss Claudia. Hi.
Hello. Where was
All
our
right, this
co-host?
uh, we've been out for a minute. I think the last one it's like I can't even recall the last one we really did. But I think
It
it was
was.
like when Roman went to SmackDown. I think that
I
was the
think
last
so.
one we did, and it's been a minute. So this Sunday is Stomping Grounds. Although WWE seem to think it's tonight. They send out notifications like we starting up, and people are like, "What the fuck? It's Friday though." But
Maybe it's
no,
because of
it's Sunday.
what's the face thing last week.
I
Remember they
don't
had
know.
what pay per
I
view
did.
they had the Saudi Arabia one. Maybe that's why
Yeah,
their
that
timers
was.
are
I
off.
think that was 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh, two.
But
Thanks.
okay, we gonna pull up this show and see what they talking about.
I just want to say about Stomping Grounds.
I had took a go ahead, Tyler.
I just
Mm-hmm.
want to say I looked at the card. If you look at the card, it's not that bad. If you look
Is
at the
it?
card and the matches, it's not that bad. The only problem is, and somebody said it perfectly on Twitter. He said the card is not bad at all. It's the stories that are bad, and that's true. The
Yes.
matches on paper look fine. It's just the stories could have been told better, which I agree with. Okay, go on.
Way better. Okay, so I'm looking. I don't even see it posted on their show thing. I didn't got to NXT UK. Where is Stomping Grounds at?
See, they already took the show off the air.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here it goes. I've been calling it Stomp the Yard. The name of this show is actually Stomping the Yard. I just been
Oh no, it's been stomping the
okay.
yard.
That's what I'm calling it. It's
Oh,
Stomping Grounds.
okay.
Oh,
Fair enough.
okay. The first match we gonna get into. Let's go start from the top. Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins with the condition that Corbin gets to choose a special guest referee because the referee it was an issue. I didn't watch that show in Saudi Arabia, but apparently there was some issue with the ref.
I
Okay,
remember that
so
part.
yeah, the referee like Baron Corbin was bullying the referee, and the referee got in his face, and then Seth Rollins did a roll up, and he was counted. So I guess
Do
I
y'all? Do y'all? Oh, let me not. Oh my
you,
god.
No,
no
go ahead,
no
ask it, cause
girl,
I
put
think you on the
yourself
same
forward.
head.
Come on now, yes,
Cause I think we thinking the same thing.
you got it on your
Protecting the
mind. Get it off your
hell,
chest.
protecting the hell out of him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me.
Who, Baron Corbin?
No, Seth. I get my shit in Rollins.
Oh,
Uh, okay, see, this is the thing. It's been 5 years since he broke up the Shield with a chair, and they decided this month the way what they were gonna do is have him attack people from behind with a chair. And I
And
don't give
people
a shit.
tried. And people tried to come for me for my tweet. I was basically joking, but at the same time, I was kind of serious too because we all know if Roman were to do that, it would be a is he a heel or face debate going on
oh
Twitter.
yes, exact, 100%.
But
If he was doing
the
it,
excuse for Seth is, oh, he's just paranoid because Brock is doing this, Brock is doing that. I'm like, you know what? Okay,
Brock ain't even there.
you know what?
He'll be
I'm
paranoid when he's in the building.
I'm
I
just
just
trying to.
don't understand how paranoid about Brock equals attacking other people who could be the referee in
Who
your
could possibly
match.
be the referee?
Right. And that gives them an even more of an incentive to fuck you over. And then you didn't
You know,
attack all these people. for a
No,
writer.
you know what? They wanted to give him that badass energy that Roman so effortlessly exudes because
And guess
you
what?
know
You know
like
He
what's
ain't got the
they
right
crazy?
wanted
voice
that
for
whole
it. He
And you
time.
know
can't.
what's crazy? You know what's
He does
crazy?
not.
You know what's crazy? Roman could get his butt kicked in these promos and these segments the entire feud, and then one day, which he did on Raw, he goes bunkers, beat the Revival's ass, beat Shane's ass, beat Drew's ass. And I'm
Hmm.
sure that video on YouTube is at least 3 or 4 million views.
It was
Like
at 3 last we talked.
they literally just posted that video and it was at a meal. That's all it took. I said Roman. I tell people all the time. I said Roman is the only wrestler in this generation that could lose and it won't stop nothing. It won't stop no momentum he
100%.
has. I said that's crazy, ain't it? I said that is
It is.
crazy. I said
Instead,
the only people I thought that got away with that, and they was in and they was in the Air Two area, and that was The Rock and Stone Cold, maybe even Triple H, maybe the Undertaker, where actually was all
Well,
4 of
we'll
them.
never know with Triple H. No, we'll never. We would. We never found out because he Triple. Am I going over Triple H? No.
He
Am
almost
I
got
fucking
he
going
almost
over?
he almost got bullied after that current call, but he survived it. So
You know what?
listen.
That's a narrative that he put out there because I went back and I did when the network first came. I went back and watched a lot of old Raws, and the curtain call happened in the summer of '96. By the fall of '96, he was in the Intercontinental Championship feud. So I want to know how the fuck he was held back, and then that January they gave him China and an even bigger push. So I would like to know the period that he's speaking of because it ain't on camera. See,
oh okay.
Triple H is another one of them con men, just like CM Punk. But people don't people don't feel me. That
Yeah. Yeah.
they have carefully crafted this narrative about themselves. It don't matter what fans see in front of them, they're gonna believe the narrative that was crafted by them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
It's amazing.
But yeah, people was coming at me on Twitter for what I said about self. But I was like, I said what I said. Okay, if it was anybody else, we would have y'all would be losing y'all mind over this face and heel debate. But when it comes to self, oh maybe his new character. I said he ain't got no new character.
Ain't no new character.
What character?
He's the same fake smarmy, just like a not loyal person he's always been.
Right. It's crazy to me though because it's not just fans. It would have been they would have put polls up. Sean Ross Sapp would have definitely put a poll up. Is Roman heel or face?
Oh yes.
If he was running around with a chair attacking people from behind and wouldn't care about the context whatsoever. It's just
Nope.
easy.
Nope.
It's easier.
The minute Roman makes any
None of
type
them.
of retaliation, oh, he's burying the talent. He's this and the third. And Seth is doing exactly like I just saw somebody tweet, and I don't even know which one of y'all retweeted it, but I saw somebody tweet like, "Can we have the conversation? Everything that they've been saying about Roman, Drew's doing."
Oh yeah, somebody said Charlotte can lose and will always have him. Yeah, that's because Charlotte is 9 times
Yeah.
built her up to be that, so she can keep losing and to have that momentum.
And Charlotte, it's not even that she's losing. She can keep putting people over because at this point, a lot like beating Charlotte means something.
All I
Yeah,
know
and
is
That's not the case for a majority of people.
all I know is Roman don't need no chair to get his point across. Nah.
Eh, look, he took Drew.
so
Hmm.
who do you who? Let's take my guess. What I would do is have Brock be the special guest referee, and
You about to steal line because I was about to say that.
but the way I feel about it is that I mean I don't care about this feud. They're not gonna put the belt on Corbin, right? So I would just have Brock come in as the referee, act disinterested the whole match, be doing his little Brock shit, and then when it looked like one of them gonna win for real, F5 both of them.
See,
and then
I had
go and get the fucking belt.
see, I
Well,
had,
how important do we
I,
view this pay per view
I
and the
had
outcome?
Brock.
I'm not
I had,
watching it.
I had Brock being the special guest referee. Corbin somehow wins in a dirty fashion. Then Brock F5's Baron Corbin
And catches
takes the
on.
belt. Yep, takes the belt.
See, I think that all of this with Seth and Brock is a misdirection. I really think he gonna cash in on Kofi. In my
Oh yeah,
heart of hearts,
yeah,
that's what I think.
yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
my heart will break. I will cry.
I
There is no
Well,
way.
I
I mean,
honestly,
he gonna lose it eventually.
yeah, and that's what people need to start preparing for too. Cause
And
it's like,
who else would be a better person for him to lose it to though?
I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't mind because he does have to lose it eventually.
yeah,
It better be. I want if he lost it, I want him to get his rematch at a pay per view and to give it his all. And even if he doesn't win it back and they
He's
went in a
not
different
gonna win.
direction, but you know what I'm saying? I want it to be a match. Like I don't want him to just lose it, roll up, and then they go to a new feud.
No, I
So
think
as long as there's a redemption angle in the sense of like at least he has his rematch.
I feel like the way they're booking Kofi, they're booking him really strongly.
mm-hmm.
And so I think if Brock were to get involved with Kofi, I do think they would
Respect
like
him.
yeah, I do. And especially with Paul Heyman, and I think it all depends. But I feel like Paul Heyman is one of those dudes that would talk to Brock and be like, "Look, you got to do right by Kofi." And Brock would be like, "Okay, I will." So I'm not as worried because they've given him a run, a better run than a lot of guys they've given a chance to.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
so and he's been winning all his matches. He's been booked in a very strong fashion. I don't think Dolph is going to beat him,
he's
but
not.
No.
I also feel like they're going to keep it. They're going to make it in a way so however Brock cashes in is going to be cowardly. It's going to be when the person is down and out.
Yeah. Where
So
it sucks and we all hate it. Yeah.
yeah, and
But
I
I mean,
and I think
we gotta give Kobe his props. He has kept the crowd still loves him.
Well,
yeah,
duh.
yes, that's we can transition into talking about
Because
Dolph,
talking about stuff.
his match with Dolph in a steel cage.
This match with Dolph should be good. I mean, as much crap as we give Dolph, like at the end of the day, at least Dolph is an entertaining wrestler as far as his wrestling ability. Other than that, we don't care for real. But I've never,
I think it's the clips I've seen because I've been cherry picking what I watch from
Yeah.
WWE for a minute. The clips I've seen, I think it kind of reminds me of Raven a little bit, back in the day. What about me? What about Ray? And always whining about everybody else and kind of in this delusional headspace. You kind
yeah,
of see him a little bit unhinged. And I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Dolph. I've
no,
never have. Even like the cornball aspect of him, like everybody can't be the same, and he always reminded me of a guy who's trying too hard. But I don't my thing is, I think that was the point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unlike some people who are trying too hard, but that's not the point. I think Dog's whole thing for a long time is that he's a try hard,
yeah,
and he
He's
constantly
a
has a
show
chip
off.
on his shoulder. Right. He constantly has a chip on his shoulder. He's constantly bitter.
mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a problem with Dolph the performer. I never really have. I've never been, because like even in, it just, to me, when I see him wrestle, it never comes across as he's going through the motions.
Yeah, never.
Oh
No,
no.
he goes
No, it
100%.
never does. And he's always at least,
He,
at worst entertaining when he
I
gets in the ring.
love, I just love the way he sells.
yes. He will
His
look like
selling
he
is
is
awesome.
dead.
And it's crazy because I said I've never I never shitted on Dolph like everybody else does. I said, but at least I'm entertained by his wrestling. It's one guy that I'll go in on later who can't even do that.
But
Okay,
see,
somebody
I
said
used to be.
I'll never care about Dolph since they had him drop the belt and walk out. Why should I ever care about that guy?
I mean, that's
I
your
feel you.
opinion,
I
but
feel
My
you on
opinion
that.
is a little different with Dolph because I
that
actually
was
was
a
a fan of
storyline. That
his.
was a storyline kind of thing, wasn't it? It wasn't real.
Yeah, no, it was a storyline. And in an interview I saw with Dolph, excuse me, he said he wanted to like walk away for like 6 months and take a break, and he was hoping that that would give him that opportunity. And they called him like 2 weeks later. I was like, yeah, so come back. And he was like, oh, come on, like. So this is one of those times where he had a plan and was hoping it would work out the way he wanted it to, and it didn't. Much
Oh,
like a lot
Right.
of the wrestlers. But I would say this: I was actually a fan of Dolph, especially during his 2014 era, where he was just going hard at every show and just being like stealing the show and your girlfriend, doing the whole thing. Um, I mean, oh, when he won the world title, when he cashed in, oh my gosh, I lost my mind. So for me, after his when he got because I think it was Jack Swagger who kicked him and he got a concussion and had to drop the belt right after. And then he came back and did that amazing double turn match that does not get enough credit with him and Abrocho Del Rio, where Rio became a heel and Dolph became a face. That match, amazing. I as a fan of his work, I felt bad these past couple of years because I just felt like it didn't matter. Like none of those things mattered anymore. He just lost that kind of connection and that interest, and I never saw how he was able to get it back. So I really like what I'm seeing from him because I think he's still talented and you still know who he is, and there's still an investment in him. And I don't think that anyone else could have had the "it should have been me" feud with Kofi like Dolph, because Kofi and Dolph really did come up together.
Right.
So I appreciate his work as a fan who felt bad for him because I just felt like he just lost his way for a while there with no real reason. I'm really happy for him now.
I agree. I don't have a problem. This is a placeholder feud. I don't. Dolph's a consummate professional. He goes in there. He does what's asked of him. I just don't. I don't know what the like. I understand because there's so many people who lost their first shot and they're getting rematches. I can understand why fans are like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
But that's not anything on the performance. As Tyler said, it's not the card; it's the performers. So,
Or the stories.
yeah,
it's the stories
it's
because the car is
yeah,
really not that bad when you look at it. It really isn't, and it's like I can look at it from that perspective, and that's what I try to tell people. I said, if the stories were if they put just a little bit more, because they shown they can do it, they just put just more effort into them, and the pay-per-views would be great because the car is not that bad. These feuds, these matches show that the stories could work. It just probably certain people didn't need to be added,
Ooh, mm, mm,
and some people, yeah, I'm talking about freaking, we'll talk about him later. But yeah, it's just the stories are bad. But the matches, I think some will deliver.
so let's pivot to the women's division. Becky won belt,
oh,
taking on Lacey Evans.
um,
Becky winning.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been watching wrestling much these past few weeks. I've just been catching up like YouTube clips on, and I've been picking what I watched on YouTube. Um, I like Lacey. I don't think that
I don't.
I haven't seen that she's good enough to. Here's my thing with the girls who are weaker in rings, but they have better characters. What happens is, and the same thing is happening with Becky, is you're invested in their story and their matches just keep taking you out of it. So I
Becky.
feel like story wise, it'd be really cool if Lacey won because now it's like this new girl's there and everybody's pissed because she's new and she doesn't deserve it, whatever, blah blah blah, you know. But she is. I don't see the capability in her to to keep up and you know what I'm saying. I don't see her being able to make the title reign worth it. So Becky, I guess, but Becky's. I'm over Becky too. I don't want either of them to win.
um, yeah, I mean,
I got Becky winning, even though I would love to see the meltdown from Becky fans if she lost to Lacey.
Ooh.
you just
So I
want
could
to
get
drink some Becky fan tears, don't you?
so I could get these jokes off.
She's got 17 tweets in her drafts waiting.
But of course, the bad fan doesn't get what he wants most of the time. So WWE, I'm letting you know, I will cancel my network if Becky wins. I'm lying. I love y'all, WWE.
Listen, I don't like. I saw they had a promo, and they were still saying the same shit that they were saying right after WrestleMania, and I'm like, they were saying this shit in April. It's June. I don't give a fuck about none of it.
Yeah.
And let's have like let's have a real conversation about how it is perfectly fine to be misogynistic as long as a woman is doing it.
Yeah.
Go make my sandwiches.
What is that?
I don't care if
Oh,
she.
that's what Becky be saying to Lacey.
Yeah, I don't care if
Oh.
Lacey says that she wants to cater to a man. That is her choice.
Mm-hmm.
But you demanding that she take that role is misogynistic.
Yeah.
And she's
And so,
clearly feels type of way by them trying to conflate her legacy with her relationship with Seth. So it's like you don't like it being done to you, and you're doing it to someone else still in a way.
some people really got defensive when I was like, why is WWE like, oh, by the way, they're fucking like, and people like,
Press releases.
I was like, why
releases.
does WWE care so much? They're like, maybe because fans on the internet do. I'm like, WWE, since when do they do shit? Because internet fans want it. Get the fuck out of here.
How about no? What was that tweet? The Seth and Becky were the Jay-Z and Beyonce of wrestling.
Right. Ooh, first of all, half of Beyonce fans, myself included, don't even like Jay-Z like that. We tolerate
real.
We tolerating him to be married to him. Second of all,
and she told us to give him a chance.
Right, he cheated on her. So what you trying to say? Never mind.
Your tweet took me down. Your tweet took.
Because I'm like, do you not get? Wait a minute. And if anything, and if you're trying to compare, like, okay, Jay-Z is a boss. He's like the top of his game, the top rapper, and Beyonce's a boss, and she's the top R&B pop singer out there. That's not comparable to Seth and Becky. They are foot soldiers. They are not bosses. What are they bosses of? What are they running?
Exactly. The only couple that's comparable is Stephanie.
Triple H and Stephanie.
Yes.
They are the Jay-Z and Beyonce of wrestling.
Yes.
You don't have to give them their. And the only couple that comes second to me is Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella.
They're like Cardi B and Offset. No.
Not even. Like, just no. And
I'm gonna try to figure out who their equivalent is.
It's real life married couples in WWE that don't get this much attention for being with each other. They just got, like, a year ago, these two legit were with other people. What if they break up?
Oh my God.
Like, why are you pushing this relationship down my throat?
And Seth was so happy because he was the one who was quick.
Miz and Maurice's relationship is more entertaining.
Right. They got a whole reality show.
And you pushing these two, they ain't doing nothing.
I just don't
for real.
Like,
I don't care for both of them, man. I just don't care for both of them. I really
It
don't.
just it seemed like a dry ass relationship to me. It's just it's that sprung up out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, they together. Oh, okay,
And
okay, baby.
if there's any Seth Rollins fans in this chat, I'm sorry, but I'm over him at right now. Like I said, I've been saying since day one. Sometimes I like Steph, sometimes I don't. And right now, this is that. Sometimes I don't. I'm over this
Listen,
dude
if
right now.
Steph hadn't never been in the Shield, I would be way meaner to him. That's all I'm gonna say. If he was not
100%.
a part of the Shield, I would be a way more
And
hard.
one day we are gonna have that conversation about Steph. It be coming out little trinkets, on Twitter, because you have some people, myself included, ain't afraid to, get in his butt. But we gonna have that conversation soon, and sometime, and one of these days, y'all just gonna have to deal. But we'll move on.
He the real golden child. He the real chosen one. He the one they really been pushing down our throats
Facts,
nonstop.
facts.
He the one that just got opportunity and
Every
put
time
the
you can have a
ball.
yeah, every time you could have a double championship, he always had a double champion. Like it was very obvious.
You
Right.
got you got Roman over here. Hell, at this point, just happy to be back. He don't give a damn if he lose. Cause
And I fully believe and agree with Dean as a fan, or sorry, John Moxley now, but they fully were expecting for him not to catch on and fade out. They had every intention of like Seth being their guy and Roman being a star. They had no intentions for Dean. They were not expecting for him to catch up. So for me, it's like I look at them, their judgment on who they should have chosen, a little lopsided.
But see, here's the thing about John though. He don't fit in a mold. And they weren't willing to do the work that was required. So he did what he had to do. He saw the writing on the wall and he left. And I can appreciate that more than staying there and keep signing contract after contract after contract and just whining and bitching and complaining.
And talking about how it's slavery.
Right.
Huh, huh, Gold Dust. Let's talk. Can
if
we
Gold
talk?
Dust, if
No,
it's anybody,
he
Cody
didn't feel
Rhodes, I don't
like
care for. It's like Cody Rhodes, I don't care for whatever comes out of his mouth, comes in one ear out the other. Gold Dust though, Gold Dust, boy, talk about Vince better watch his back. Okay, you better not bring your butt back to WWE. He gonna treat you like you. Like, okay, all right,
I
and
Yeah,
just
all
don't
this
right.
being for you. All right,
Don't act like you want a special retirement moment now.
being on drugs, him taking you back, him helping you out, but Vince better watch his back. Okay, okay,
Exactly.
okay. I better watch my back. All right, don't you bring your ass over here if it don't work out over there.
yeah, I don't know. I just don't
Like
like
that pissed me off, and I've always respected Goldust, always. So to hear him say something like that and sorry if I'm turning out to be a WWE mark, it's just one of them instances. But it's like, and I understand WWE ain't no saint either, including Vince. But it's like you don't. If somebody has helped you through all the flaws that you have had, he could have easily kicked you to the curb, but he didn't do that.
I don't know why he couldn't
So I don't know
speak his
what
truth without the hyperbole. You know what
like
I
don't
mean?
like you
Like
ain't
with
gotta be no
Jericho, I
bum.
can understand. Jericho, that's an act. Jericho is doing an act
Yeah,
for
Jericho will
all the
walk.
anti
Jericho,
WWE fans.
as annoying it could be sometimes, Jericho will walk that great line, but not step over it, because he still at some point knows he gonna want to go back to WWE.
I believe he still texts Vince all the time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So get your chips, get your coin, do what you got to do. But
Exactly.
the constant coming at WWE when you don't have a solid product to show for, it's like slow down. You have your cart before the horse.
And that's why I didn't watch All In, because of that. I knew that was gonna happen, and I was like, I don't.
It was a good show, but it wasn't like mind blowing. They overhyped everything, and
And
what got me is that I'm when I live tweet, I'm sarcastic. And I'm most of the time I'm just getting these jokes off. So I'm
Yeah.
watching the show and I'm getting these jokes off. And this one dude was like, "Oh, why you have to be so negative?" I said, "Have you?" And it's somebody who followed me. I said, "Have you ever once when I did this on WWE told me I was being too negative? Have you? Thank
I
you.
saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Mm.
I don't care what I don't care what show I'm watching. Everybody that follows me knows I have the utmost respect for all these wrestlers, even Alexa Bliss. But
Huh. Huh.
I am going to get these fucking jokes off.
No,
And if
I said all the energy y'all give WWE. I said if I watch AEW, they gonna get their energy back. I'm gonna criticize them as I see fit, like I would do with WWE. They ain't no
somebody
different.
said they feel like people watch the non WWE product like fans, and then watch WWE like they are like they're paid to be critics, and that
They
is
do.
Oh yes,
fucking
They
true.
do.
that is so accurate.
They
Yes.
do.
And people were coming at them. Well, if I don't like it, I'm gonna and the post up under it, and she took a screenshot and was like, "They proving my point." You basically saying, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna criticize the fuck out of WWE, but not keep that same energy. I'm gonna
With
keep that same
AEW,
energy."
I'ma keep it because I swear to God, if I watch AEW and it's something like I don't like or I think something stupid, I'ma let it be known. Just like y'all will be quick to do with WWE.
Jericho is Vince's mode. I believe that.
Oh
Okay,
yes.
I can believe that. I promise you. Um, or he might be mad at WWE. See, the truth be told, a lot of folks that are mad at WWE are not mad at Vince. They're mad at
Triple
Triple
H.
H.
So that's why I
Triple
understand.
H.
That's why I understand why Goldust went at Vince. I'm like, Vince ain't y'all. If, based on what I'm seeing, based on Cody's actions, Vince ain't the enemy here. In my
Yeah.
opinion, he probably don't even give a damn what's going on at AEW.
Listen, I really do feel like the person because who came
Cody
in
been going at no one but Triple H.
right.
Almost every wrestler on that side of the other business, AWE is what Nadia called it.
Oh yes, she.
Amateur wrestling entertainment.
Oh
Oh my
no.
God, Nadia is a trip.
She said they are
Listen,
amateur wrestling entertainment until I say otherwise. But
reckless.
no, she said I said them over there, their beef has been with Triple H. And the thing is, Triple H is so AE gang. That side of him would never leave him. Never. So he ain't so he quick to clap back. He quick to like well now I won't say quick to clap back, but he don't forget.
He's
You know what I'm
shady.
saying?
Triple H shady as fuck.
Yeah, he don't forget. So
I
When
all
mean,
I'm so
he
all
got that piss
when
that company joke off.
well here's the thing. Them guys over there at AEW was taking shots at him before he even did the Hall before he even did the
and
Hall
they
of Fame.
taking shots at him
They was
using the gimmick he made famous.
yeah, so they
How
was
you
already
gonna
taking shots
steal his
at him.
gimmick and then talk shit like
Exactly.
They was already taking shots, and that's what AEW fans talking about. Triple H, I said no. Your buddies over there been taking shots at Triple H for months, so he did it on a platform where more viewers would be watching and roasted y'all. And rightfully
he
so, because
did.
I
He
probably would have
really
did the
did.
same thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all shots in, and then when it's time for my Hall of Fame ceremony that I will be inducted into,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get these jokes off.
I read in the comments, I respect Alexa Bliss. You told a story today. Listen, it might be. I respect her as far as her putting her body on the line to rep.
Um,
Other than that,
Did
other
y'all
than
see
that,
Amazing Red tweet?
who?
So that
no.
Amazing Red. Let me go on Twitter right now. Um, Amazing Red was Sasha's trainer. So whenever she has a big match, she goes to train with him. Um,
You talking about the one where he said I paid dues, but you ain't did this, that, and other.
yes,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
saw
find the
that.
tweet right now. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I paid my dues quotation, but you don't pay monthly dues. You don't pay monthly or on time. Don't go to training. Can't do ring crew or build a ring. Can't do basic drills. Don't work out. Not respected by others. Don't take responsibility. Can't help run a class. Never got the trainers okay to wrestle. And it was like a confused blinking gif. So I thought it was really funny because Sasha Banks commented. She parked herself right on Twitter to put a soup bowl or a tea bowl right up under
Yeah,
Becky.
I saw.
I don't know. I Alexa Bliss. I don't know. I don't want to jump.
Okay, let's get into it because that's the next match we was gonna talk about. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Heh.
Bailey better win.
Let me say, I don't want now. And don't confuse my not caring for Bayley as me wanting Alexa Bliss to win. We have seen her title reigns enough. I don't want her to be the champion in any way, shape, or form. My issue with Bayley has been like even when she was getting up in Alexa's face. So I wasn't watching SmackDown because I got home late, and then I was doing other things. So I happened to flip through the channel, and I was like, oh snap, I forgot wrestling's on tonight. And I'm seeing Alexa Bliss and Bayley going at it back and forth with words. Bayley says, unlike you, I've never needed anyone to get to the top. And I think that's a bold-faced lie because she's needed Sasha this whole time. If it weren't for her,
well, can you blame her after that
Bayley would have failed on the roster.
Can you blame after that kendo stick bull crap they made her go through?
Even before that, though.
No.
Mm-mm.
Ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Listen.
No, ma'am.
See, okay.
This how you know.
I'm trying to get my thoughts together about this. What you said was you agreed that Bayley peaked in NXT. I disagree wholeheartedly because if NXT is supposed to prepare you for the main roster, how come she couldn't cut a promo when she got up there? How come she had to? She is now better on promos, the best she's ever been. Her confidence has been on 10-10.
100. Yes, I'm completely agree.
When Sasha, I don't get where people are saying when with Boss and Hug, Sasha outshined her with her hair color. Is that what you mean?
Oh,
her hair, because if you recall, Sasha split off and went on her little mini feud with Ronda, and after that, Sasha couldn't even wrestle. Bayley was out there beating up two bitches at the same time, stepping up in Ronda's face. She was on a tear on the way to those tag titles and actually carried Sasha's ass in that whole angle. I think how quickly we forget that.
No, and actually, I will agree with that. And I think so. Here's how I feel about Bayley. I feel like Bayley came with such a energy behind her, and there was so much support. She floundered a bit, became Sasha's tag team, and I really do feel like these last few months, she just kind of came to be the Bayley that
floundered
beat Sasha in Brooklyn and dug deep and really, did the thing at TakeOver Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And that was my issue with her the whole time. It was like because my first introduction to Bayley was that match in TakeOver Brooklyn. So I don't watch.
Triple H floundered her. Triple H did not prepare her, and he coddled her like he coddled a lot of his talent, and he handicapped her. She was not prepared for that at all. And then the main roster, they just saw her as some childlike. They had her sit in an interview and say, I am not here to hurt people.
Like you are a whole wrestler.
Exactly. Do you think that was her idea? People treat Bayley like she's 18, 19 in real life. This woman is 30 something. She is a grown ass woman, and they have not allowed her to behave or be viewed like a grown ass woman until 2019.
Yeah. I agree, and that's why So for me, as a person who did not watch NXT and got introduced to Bailey, I saw that one takeover match, and then I saw what I saw of her in the main roster. I was not impressed, and I was just like, "Where is that girl from that takeover match?" Because this is not what I'm seeing. But these
Because
last few months, even down to the end of that tag team run where she was carrying Sasha, I completely agree with you. Bailey, I'm still like skeptical, but she has stepped up so much. You know what I
she
mean?
done-
And she's
she
showing me
she
that
done-
girl that I was like, that's who I wanted to support because
she ain't even
the
reached her
kendo
peak
sticks
yet.
match, all of it was bad.
She ain't even reached her peak yet. That's my opinion on Bailey. She ain't even reached her peak. And let me tell you, I have consistently and constantly over the years been one of Bailey's toughest critics. But she was being booked the same way Roman was when the Shield split up. And so I saw it, and she would have moments here and there, like when she beat the shit out of Sasha and said,
Yes.
you ain't
And then
shit,
they made him go to therapy.
and
Yes.
then they neutered her yet again for the rest of the year basically, and she never got a chance. And then commentary and everybody focuses on Sasha. Like, I know the hair is distracting. And even Alexa Bliss with her low-key shade time out. We're finally getting to see Bailey because Sasha's personality is so big. Bullshit. Bailey has a big personality too. Like, stop. Like, I can't with this shit. With people taking certain things that WWE did to Bailey and accrediting it as that was her when it wasn't. She was playing her position. The position they wanted her to was to take a backseat. Bailey would be out there wrestling, and all commentary, especially Corey Graves, would talk about is
Yeah.
Sasha standing at fucking ringside.
Yeah.
It takes a toll. So the fact that it ain't no Sasha, I Bailey's one of the few things on the women's side, especially, I
Yeah.
have enjoyed. And I thought about it. It would be like somebody coming out their mouth and saying, "Oh, Naomi's, she just really hasn't stepped up this year." Like, when she gonna get a chance to?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I just saw a tweet and thank God I'm not gonna. Does he follow me? He does. Oh, it's Dave, not Meltzer.
Right, I agree with you, Madeline. Bailey cannot help that they booked her into the ground. It was that kendo stick match, and all of that was a straight up burial.
It was. It was. That's why I said. That's why I said people trying to get on Bailey for hanging with Sasha. I'm like, well, she needed one way to revive her character or her presentation to the fans. Look what they did with her with Alexa. It was horrible.
Right.
It was horrible.
And the fact remains that those tag team titles are even a thing because Bailey, and it wasn't just Sasha bothering Vince every week. Sasha
It was
said it.
both of them.
Both of them were doing that. So when she was falling back in that tag team, she was trying to be a team player and trying to help like, if I can't help in the forefront, let me try to do it in the background or this way or
Yeah.
that way. She never lost her passion. She never got on this internet and whined and shit posted about her position. She kept her head down and worked. And now that they're giving her these opportunities, she is shining, 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 shining,
Shining, shining.
shining.
Yes.
So
Oh, it is winning. Sorry.
I can't agree with the notion that she peaked in NXT when certain people have never peaked. They've always been a plateau, or they peaked on talking smack.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh. Ooh.
Alexa, that's when
I'm
she
about to say,
peaked.
like, you better not, because the miss has worked hard. Whenever
Oh,
I
you
hear
know,
talking smack, I only think of the Miz and the Shane trying to
who
rip
really
it off.
peaked in NXT as quiet as it's kept? Finn fucking Balor.
Woo!
That's who
Oh
peaked.
man! All
See,
right.
Yes, let's have the conversation. Yes,
Woo!
yes,
All
see,
right.
yes. And I'm
you
also
to keep
mad.
it real.
And I'm also mad. They need to take that IC title off of him because they ain't doing nothing with
I
it.
think
What?
I
I
think he
keep
injured.
forgetting he's a champion right now.
I think he injured. I really do.
Well, if he injured, take that damn bet off of him and give it to Roman or whoever to make it. Just give it. Please give it to somebody that the people
Give
pay
it to
attention
our
to.
truth because our truth is showing that he is a gem. Okay.
Our truth.
I want a title on Roman. Okay, I'm getting sick of this. All right, okay, give me a title.
You know what?
Sick of
I've been
this.
I've been sick of
Okay,
this.
okay.
I'm
So
getting emotional.
I guess we can transition into
I would say that you've converted me. I'm on Bailey's side again.
Roman. I thank you very much. It's like, and you can be right back off of Bailey as soon as she feud with somebody better than this. Don't I cannot condone any, like, especially making up fairy tales. Nobody
I
was
wanna.
nice
I
to
want
me
y'all.
in NXT. Like, girl.
I want y'all. I want y'all opinions on this. I screenshotted it. Dave Not Meltzer asked this question. Tony, you know who he is, right?
Yeah, that's one of my followers.
I think I
Yeah.
follow him.
He asked the question. He said, Roman Empire, I have a very serious question for you guys and would love an answer. He said, all the criticism that detractors saw
Mm.
in Roman, not a good promo, no charisma, solid ring work at best. Is it me or do you literally see all that in Drew McIntyre? Let's talk. Now, I didn't comment on this because I wanted to save my comments for the show.
Okay. Well, look, I'm on mute and I'm gonna let you have it.
But I see all of that in Drew. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has changed from him except the fact that he has grown chest hair and his head and his freaking voice is probably deeper. But he still sounds like he has a hard time taking the shit when he goes to the damn bathroom.
Oh no.
He is boring. I could care less about his wrestling ability. He don't even have charisma. He doesn't even have charismatic presence.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, damn, you a muscle bound dude, got thick thighs, all this crap, but you ain't even got no presence to even make me want to watch you. I dead ass, literally. Roman was on Raw. I usually watch Raw just because of him. I couldn't even do that because Drew McIntyre was on the freaking show.
Mm.
I just waited until the Roman Reigns fan page uploaded his Roman's clip on Daily Motion to watch it. I
Well,
was
this is
okay.
exactly what I do.
I was okay with Roman, Shane, and Elias feud. Perfectly fine with it. They was actually having good content until WWE decided to bring Drew's boring ass along. I am sick of his face. I'm sick of his voice. I don't care for him. There's a reason why fans got tired of him in NXT.
Oh,
Because
they
they
got
saw
tired
the
of him?
same thing we saw
Girl.
now that I saw when he was in 3B, that I saw when he was in the Chosen One gimmick. I didn't give a damn about him then. Because he was boring.
My
The
dad
only
not
time,
liked him in the Chosen One gimmick.
the only time, the only time he could get a reaction is if he's with someone that garners reactions.
That's true.
He is crap. He's crap.
Listen, when the disgusting you said, how you gonna have big thighs and you ain't have no presence?
You even got no
That
presence.
took me down.
No presence. At least
No.
before
I think
Roman,
I think he got a little bit of I think he got a
He
little,
has, if anything, he has physical charisma. When you see
just
him live,
yeah, like a little
you
bit,
look at him.
like a little, like he has a look that makes your eyes go towards him,
Yes.
but
when he
can't
opened
back
that
it up.
mouth,
Because when I saw him live, I remember years ago, and this was, it wasn't the Chosen One gimmick. This was when he was trying to win a match so he wouldn't get fired. And when my dad and I, when we went to see him SmackDown, we were like, I mean, when we went to SmackDown, we saw him, and we were both like, "That's Drew. He looks really like." He was like physically compelling. Like I remember because I always think about that when I'm like, wow, he really drew your eye in person. But it didn't translate on TV because both of us didn't like him on TV either at the time. And I remember us being like, huh, it's definitely different when you're live. So I think it might be the same thing. But even, I just, he's like a coat hanger, you know? Or like,
He is. Oh
like,
my god.
like those, like 99-cent store, like you'll buy a 99-cent store product and it's like a generic version of something, and they'll have like that person on there that's very nondescript. It's like standard, biracial black girl with huge curls, or like standard white girl. Like you couldn't call their name and say this person's a star, they're unique. That's what he gives me now. Like he just gives me very generic dollar store versions of other people, and I'm just not like
And
I
I've
I
never,
mm,
and I've never went after a wrestler. Never. And it's like I don't like I would do it here and there shit on a wrestler, but him, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so bad.
So
It is so bad.
I see you really looking forward to Roman versus Drew, huh?
And it's at this point, and it's at this point, I don't even care if Roman loses. Because again, it don't
I think
affect
he
him.
is gonna lose.
I just want him to move on from Drew.
I think he is gonna lose.
exactly, because like why is he even back in the picture? Roman beat him at SummerSlam, so what is there?
I mean,
Roman beat him
WrestleMania.
twice. Roman beat him twice. Beat him at WrestleMania. Beat him on TV live. And that was even and I'll say it was a good match. But it's nothing for them to
It was
feud
good
about.
because of Roman, because Drew's matches without Roman don't same thing like Braun Strowman. It's just be okay. Thanks for coming.
No, no, don't do Braun. Don't do Braun like that now. Come
Brian
on now.
more entertained. Oh my
Brian
god,
Morton,
he's a
he got
man.
comedic timing. The crowd does react to him.
Yeah,
Like, don't do Braun
Brian
like
ain't Drew.
Braun got brocked. That's what. Like, I'm not saying Braun is the best, but for what his role is, he does it well, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's just he can't be the beast because they already have one,
yeah.
And Brock's a jealous bitch.
Mhm.
And he was like, I'm not giving this nigga an inch. And you can see in every one of their matches, he was like, fuck you.
And so like Brian, it's just I. Reason why I went on Brian because of fans. They was fake. They was fake supporting. That's what they was doing.
Right. They really were,
They
because
were
where
fake
are they
supporting.
now?
Exactly. So
Where
anyway,
are they now? You were such a big Braun fan when he was killing Roman, but now it's like
he
I
can't
don't
be
see
found.
nearly as many of them big Braun tweets now. Where they go? What happened?
I
Fair
just
weather.
at this point again, I don't care. And of course they're gonna let Drew win because Roman beat him twice. So I'll be shocked if they don't if Romans win and be happy at the same time, and hopefully they can move on because I'm over this. He the main reason I sat on this feud because I was actually having fun when it was just him, Shane, and Elias. That and and that's what I mean. WB adds certain people to feuds that don't need to be added. Drew wasn't
Right,
needed. The crowd was
right.
into it without Drew. Why do you need Shane can get booed without Drew?
It's like Drew is fetch now. They keep trying to make this nigga happen, and
I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna say Drew is fetch.
it's like, what is going
Oh
on?
my gosh.
Like as soon as they add Drew, I said, why? He's not
I think he's
needed.
gonna beat Roman, and he's gonna be Seth's next opponent.
Okay, fine. Let him go after Seth. I really don't care what he do after Roman. I just want him gone from Roman. Like that's what literally what everybody is begging for on Twitter. Surprisingly, get Drew away from Roman, so Roman can
Listen,
go on to something else.
it's weird, and honestly, like having just to keep pulling Drew, and after a while, it makes him look worse, in my opinion, when you keep bringing him back, because they're doing that, and Drew's gonna have the same problem that Braun has had, which is that his energy and his all of every all the momentum he gets is off of Roman's
He
back. And as
don't.
soon as he walks away from
Here's
him,
the thing. He
it's
don't.
dead in the water.
He can't keep no momentum.
He can't.
They had him whoop the dog shit out of Roman leading up to WrestleMania. Nobody even booed him. He had this
Nobody cared.
talk about this man's family. Nobody cared. It's like he absorbs heat and it
Mhm.
dissipates into
And I
the
said,
ether.
and I tell people all the time, I said, Drew got silence. I said, that is go away heat.
Yeah.
Not booze. Not booze.
Yeah,
Not
I don't understand that foolishness. I'm booing ironically, and I'm not booing because it's bad. I'm booing because of the story. Nigga, shut up! You're booing. You're reacting. That doesn't make sense. How do you boo ironically? How do you boo with a partial? Like, oh, I'm booing with Xbox heat and all that. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, it's gotten so meta, and that's the only thing I hate, because I feel like while it was compelling the first few times it was happening where they peeled back the curtain, it was compelling. Now it's just not anymore. It's like everybody's just trying to throw pot shots, and I don't want to hear rich people argue about how much money they make and who didn't offer them enough money. You know
Thank
what I
you.
mean? I don't
Yes.
want to hear it. So that's my only issue. I feel like they get too meta with this with this crap.
and it's like the only time, and I said it's crazy. I said people got up out their seats to see Roman beat the crap out of them.
Oh yes.
That's what they waiting on. I said that's what all of us was waiting on. Okay, we was calling it for weeks. All right, Roman's getting his butt kicked and kid. As soon as he went into that crowd, that whole stadium stood up.
Yeah.
I said that is control over a freaking audience.
Uh. Okay. It's other matches, but on this show, but I don't care about it. We can talk
Ray
Give
about
the
probably gonna
names.
lose.
Samoa Joe versus Ricochet.
Oh,
What do y'all think?
oh, I
Um.
don't know. Oh my god.
Ricochet.
Oh, I don't
Me.
know.
Ricochet needs a character.
I like Samoa Joe because I don't care. So Samoa Joe, because I don't care for
My
Ricochet
only
at
problem
all.
with
Ricochet
Ricochet
needs a
is,
character.
yeah, he needs a character. As a wrestler, yeah, I like him. He's exciting. Again, I don't mind flippy guys. I can be entertained by flippy guys, but I still want more. That's just the fan I am. I need a character from you, bro.
I need a reason to care,
Yeah,
and I have none. He is happy to be here, and thank God for that. What
yeah,
else you have for me, sir? I
yeah.
need to see some type of attitude, some type of just something. And I don't know if it's necessarily all on him, because when he was in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma, he didn't even have a he didn't even show his face, but they gave him a character and they gave me a reason to root and care for him. He didn't even do his own promos. Conan was doing his promos for him, but there was still a
Oh, so
basis for
he,
me to care.
so he didn't talk.
No,
No wonder I'm
probably
not
because
really all that. Because when he talk, it's like, huh, you know.
yeah, one of the one voices
I
where
guess.
you didn't expect that voice to come out of him. You be like, shouldn't
It's
you sound
just it's
differently?
well, not the voice. I mean, as long as you got a good delivery with it, but it's like,
No,
he needs some
he
work.
sound like a teenager to me.
Yeah, he needs some work. He definitely needs some work.
Have y'all seen the Alistair Black "Somebody Come Knock on My Door" promos
No.
that he do on SmackDown?
Oh no, I have not watched a single one. I
Listen,
mute them
he has,
all.
he has been sitting in a room for weeks begging for somebody to knock on his door and start a fight with him.
I'm like, look, bro.
And now I'm like, why don't you
I'm
get
getting
up off your ass and
exactly.
go start a fight with somebody? Because
I'm getting
obviously nobody's coming, sir.
Here's my issue
exactly.
with this. I
That's my issue with this. Where it's like, dude, obviously ain't nobody taking
Right.
that
You
much
want to
serious.
fight so bad, go find you a fight.
Here's
Exactly.
my issue. When he was in NXT, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't speak for like months,
He spoke very rarely.
and it was like
When
a
he
huge
started
deal.
again, yeah.
And For me, I don't care about when the wrestlers wax poetic. You know
Me
what I mean? I don't care for this whole like the harbingers of justice will
right.
seek revenge. I don't. What are you talking about?
What the
I do
fuck
not
is going
care. The
exactly?
only person
Exactly.
who made that work was Bray Wyatt because it was a part of the character. But other than that, I did not care for that. So for me, it's I don't. I'm not. Literally had all of them on mute if I was watching TV. And if I didn't watch it live and just caught it on YouTube, I literally always skipped him because I don't want to hear you talk for 15 minutes or however long. And it feels 15 minutes. It can only be 3, but it feels like a smooth 15 minutes of me
And if
watching the TV on mute, going, "Why isn't he done yet?"
and
Like,
my thing is, if I'm Alistair, I'll probably been asked WWE, okay, why am I still doing this? I should be mad that nobody's taking me seriously when I say I want to fight somebody. So let me go out there and challenge somebody.
and Randy
Right.
Orton said he wanted to fight him on Twitter. So I mean, he got challenges.
Exactly.
But see, it's not connecting. They're not doing anything with it. And it's like, how many more times can you have this man say the same thing in different ways? Like
Exactly.
they don't know what to do with him, so they just gonna keep putting him in the room saying shit to the camera, and it's like come on.
But
I don't
that's
know.
part of the reason why what Roman did was so good and we appreciated it because we love the whole point. Professional wrestling, we just want to see people fight. You know what I mean? You talk
And that's
trash
why
to
I
me, I
live.
talk trash to you, we fight. So Roman being like, man, fuck this noise. I'm gonna go fight. That's
They
what
Man,
yeah.
fuck this
we
noise. As soon as
that's
Ro-
Listen,
as soon as Drew said kids, he dropped that mic and went. He said, "You know
that's what I'm
what?
saying. It was like you hype because you're like, oh snap, he mad now. Like, I don't feel that hype. Even Samoa
oh,
Joe. Samoa Joe is excellent about lighting everybody up when he
And
comes up to the ring.
one thing I like too, when he went inside the VIP thing, you could hear him say, "I told you I was gonna whip your ass, son." He started
it's
whipping
the
that.
thing. Everybody shouldn't be getting long promos. Everybody's script shouldn't be the same length.
Yeah,
It comes back to you have people have to play off their strengths and their
Yeah.
weaknesses.
yeah.
Everybody ain't made to be standing in the ring talking forever. And I'm so glad that they finally got that Roman Reigns is not the character to be standing in the ring. Our first real introduction to him was saying, "When I got something to say, I'll
I'll
say it."
say it. I'll
And
never
that's
forget that
all he
quote.
said during the whole thing.
I
So
will
why would you
never.
take him from that to standing in the fucking ring for 20 minutes saying this, making jokes and no. That's not like I feel like they have writers who have no concept of of what like keeping a character's traits.
Well, to be honest, after listening to John Moxley's interview, it ain't even always the writers.
Vince McMahon is also a writer though. So when I
Yeah,
say writers, he is included in
yeah,
that.
yeah. He partially to blame.
He is.
Partially.
He's too controlling. But I
Cause,
mean, it's his shit. So what the fuck can you do? You either you got to accept it.
Cause
But
how I would do Roman, like when it comes to important feuds, yeah, you can have him stay in the ring and talk longer for 10 minutes if the situation calls for it. But if it's someone like Drew or whoever, straight to the point and whip that ass.
Honestly, Drew McIntyre should not be standing there forever. Drew McIntyre got
I
the voice. He could be saying the most important shit in the world, but his voice drones on, and you not gonna get it
his voice is
just because how
lovely.
his voice is.
I listen. The other day, I was reading his romance novel, and the lead character was Scottish, and I was like, Drew McIntyre would be a great movie star. I could see him
No,
being someone's
no.
date in a movie. Yes.
Mm.
Oh no.
I
Am
just
I
can't
the
see it. Yeah,
only one?
And
not
having
on this show.
and having Drew like talk for so long ain't doing him no favors either.
No,
It's not, because
it's not doing a lot of them favors.
he can't talk. So it's like I could, if you, it's like you can make some of the promos that they write work if your delivery is top notch. Like Samoa Joe, I'm pretty sure if they were to give him a script, he can make it work because he has good delivery. Roman can make it work because he has good delivery. Miz can make it work because he has good delivery and he knows how to improv. Certain people know how to do certain things, but if you have somebody that's not like that, you're gonna have to shorten their promo to help them out. That's
Well,
another
and
problem.
they
That's
don't see
another
it that
thing
way.
WWE needs to work on
They
with
don't
some of
see
these
it that way. They
wrestlers.
see it as if you can't do this, then you're not good enough, so you deserve to fail.
Yeah. So you got these wrestlers saying YOLO and going out there and doing them.
Right, because I mean that's their job. So you got, I mean, you got
Hey,
to.
I'm
I'm
just
just being
imagining them all
real.
taking shots and just pretending to go do the show at this point.
Yeah, I'm just being
YOLO.
real. YOLO.
YOLO.
I might get booed, but YOLO. I'm sure that's what Roman did when he when Vince
Suffer
made him say,
Success. Man,
yeah,
I bet
man,
you. Ooh, I
Roman.
bet you. John and Seth were probably janking the shit out of his ass backstage.
Yeah, Roman was like, man, Vince want me to say succotash. Then Vince
And
did.
not just that, a sniveling little suck up, suffering succotash, son.
Yeah, the thing
Ooh.
is, the look. So what you gonna do, Roman? YOLO.
And
What are
Roman
you
like,
gonna
look, I got a family. What the fuck you think I'm finna do?
Yeah,
Finna go
YOLO.
out here and say this shit,
Then
goddamn
go out here and say it.
it. They gave him a Jack and a Beanstalk. Then he was like, they gave him one when he was shooting with the Big Show, which was also stupid. And I remember being on a certain website, and we were making fun. He was like, Andre the Giant didn't have to tell everybody he was a giant. No shit, motherfucker, is in his name.
Well, exactly.
Like, why did they do him like that? Why they do?
The only thing, the only thing that worked in his favor that he had the fans
The
chanting was
tater
Tater Tot.
tots.
People still try to get him on that, but I was like, the crowd chanted it though, so obviously they liked it.
Yeah,
Obviously it worked.
opening each episode with 15 20 minutes of promo doesn't work. But I will also say don't just open it with a match either. Because sometimes that's not going, like it seems like WWE just a match or a promo. That's why people are gravitating towards the 24/7 belt and how it's booked, because it's so, because they it's doing original things. And that's why I was like, if only they could give some of this creativity, some of this energy to everything else. Like, you know, they could do they could do this stuff for other angles.
Yeah.
Why it don't have to be just confined to the two? Like, don't do it all the time, because then it'll get out of hand. But certain times you need to be like, earlier backstage and catering, such and such saw each other, and they was at catering, whoever don't have it, and they just looked at each other and they don't say nothing. They just, it's on site, and they just start fighting.
Yeah.
Or you open the show with a brawl, or the cameraman rushing backstage during the match. Like, certain things, it seems like they stick to the formula so much because they
Yeah.
don't have to change, and
Yeah.
it's easier to just press and copy.
But again, just certain people should be able to talk for longer if the feud and situation calls for it, and if not, keep it short and to the point.
Right. And sometimes if a wrestler has a bad idea but you don't know what to do with them, just let them go out there and fail.
Yeah,
Because
try
Yeah.
it.
that's how they
It
learn.
could work. It
You
could
know,
work. You never know.
right. It could work, and then it couldn't work. And it's just like, but they got to get out of that. To me, observing from the outside looking in, it really does seem like a cult.
Yeah.
And you kind of had to, especially in WWE, you got to be brainwashed. Because this lady won an Emmy, and she was so happy that she brought her Emmy to work. And these
Yeah.
motherfuckers got, like, how you gonna be mad because she brought her Emmy? Everybody likes her. She's well liked. But you feeling some type of way because she brought it in. Step your pussy up.
If you
Make
mad, yeah,
the Emmy.
exactly.
I really don't even think that's real, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, that's just me. Certain stories that
You
be
think
playing out, I
I
just do not.
That's the type of page like that feels so common. Like I just feel like where there's smoke, there's fire with some things, and like the level of petty, I could totally see them being salty that she brought an Emmy to work because the show has been doing for your consideration. They've been making a push for Emmys lately.
But they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be nominated for not now anyway. For what?
Yeah, except Kofi's storyline could be an Emmy.
Yeah. I mean,
Kofi, I mean, they did literally
what do you
nothing.
think? You guys heard about the? Let's talk about this. The ESPYS have a WWE category.
That's so weird. It's set up for Roman.
And yeah, and they have 4 nominees that I saw was Ronda Rousey winning the belt the first time, Kofi winning the belt at WrestleMania, Becky winning both belts at WrestleMania, and then which are all three scripted kayfabe moments, and then Roman Reigns with a real life like to me, I feel like if you have that type of relationship with ESPN, you why not just give Roman some kind of courage award and have him make a speech, because then especially when you know how toxic your fan base is, it's being voted on by fans, and now you guys, that's why I tweeted the other day when it came out, and I'm seeing these people going at each other about who to vote for. This that if you don't vote for Kofi, you ain't this, and if you don't vote for Roman, how could you vote for him? And I'm like, man, if y'all don't shut the fuck up, WWE is gonna buy this award. Any fuck, they bought the spot to be nominated. You think they not finna buy it? Like, people don't understand. A lot of these award shows are fake as hell. And especially record labels and shit be buying these awards. What the
Of
fuck
course.
is you like? Calm your pussy down. We really finna sit
But
here.
if it's anything, you either gotta step your pussy up or calm your pussy down. But either
Right.
way,
I mean,
handle your pussy.
honestly, I really didn't give a damn. I was like, look,
I
I
don't
know
care
who I'm
either.
voting
I just
for. I
think
don't
it's
care
disgusting.
how anybody else feels. Yeah, it's like I don't care how anybody says. If
It
you want to
isn't a
vote
fair
who you want to vote for, go
comparison.
ahead.
It's
Like I
it's
don't
not a fair
care.
comparison because Kofi. I'm emotional about Kofi's win and emotionally invested in Kofi's moment in a different way than I was for Roman's moment. You know what I mean? Like both of them brought me immense joy and like satisfaction as a fan, and like I'm proud of it. But both of them were like, one is real life and one is like what wrestling is supposed to be at its best.
Right.
So I completely agree with you. Where it's like I would have rather they just had Roman be, and I legitimately feel like he could have, just had his real hero moment
Right.
or make a wish award or whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? I feel like I agree with you. Like it didn't have to be these. I feel like this only even came about because they wanted to put Roman in that position, and
Right.
I on the lowest of keys, I'm starting to feel like, dang, y'all are pimping this kid out. Like
They are.
I'm,
That's how I feel too. I do not feel good about it.
yeah, it just feels very hokey and like, like I feel like he's trying to just show like, hey, I'm still me, and they're kind of like, hey, look at our, cancer survivor, hashtag cancer, hashtag awareness, hashtag we love him. Like I don't really feel the like I feel like it went from genuine and we're just really happy to like now it's like this rote thing where we say, and we have our cancer survivor Roman Reigns. Like,
And then here come the, oh, it was all a work, dumbasses.
I can't. Those are just things you don't play with, and I don't understand why they don't see that.
So I just wanted to talk about it because I saw some Becky fans and some Roman fans going at it, and it made me very uncomfortable, and I got a really visceral reaction to these people. Like,
But
can we not
Roman, I mean,
can
not
we not
Roman.
argue about this? Like, even if you see some Becky fans saying some shit about it, you just let them say that shit. You don't have to respond and reply to every fucking thing you see. Roman is not your fucking child. He is not your nephew. your uncle, your cousin, none of that. You do not have to fucking defend him 24/7.
Yeah,
That shit make me sick.
I just be blocking unless you come in my mentions.
Right.
And the only other thing I would say about the ESPY awards situation is, let's not kid ourselves here. That main event and with the women
Trash.
Was crap.
trash. And Ronda
Trash.
winning, nobody cared. It was inevitable. So both of those aren't even on the same playing field. They
I
just
don't even
they just
not
try to
there.
make it about like them having a women.
That's payola and sympathy right there. That's
But
what that is.
and my thing too is like, for all that trash y'all want to do and first ever women's first ever, yeah, I feel like they only care about women's stuff when it's the first, because then they just, why can't we have a second evolution? There is no reason we can't have a second evolution. The first one was a resounding
You
success.
know what? Low key, because they think it was successful because of Rhonda, and Rhonda's not gonna be here this year, so they're not gonna. If Rhonda come back, watch they have another evolution. Like I keep telling people, like they didn't want us. Oh, I was saying, the only reason why the women main event WrestleMania is because of Ronda Rousey. Oh, we're the women. I know that. I'm not discrediting their hard work. I'm talking about the company that WWE is. The only reason they were the main event is because Ronda Rousey was in it. If there was no Ronda Rousey, something else would have Brock Lesnar would have been in the main event. So as much as I talk shit about Ronda Rousey, she is the reason the evolution happened. She is the reason why the women main event, and the proof is in the pudding. They gave Becky both of them belts, and then they immediately shrunk both divisions. For a
Yeah.
while there, it was only her angle that was on TV after WrestleMania. And then somebody was like, well, maybe we ought to try to expand it a little bit more, because we only really have one women's story and it's all revolving around Becky. So they split it a little bit. But who are they still? The
But
first
even
the first person they give a chance to is Alexa Bliss, tried and true.
even with evolution, I always kind of think about that weird moment at the end of the show when all the women were up there and both Becky and Ronda were in the front because they both had the belts. And then they took Becky out. And like Becky wasn't anywhere to be seen, and Ronda was the center of the photos. And it was so weird to me because like, why did they take Becky out? And like, and them not having an evolution because Ronda isn't there, it reinforced like that was just her show. I'm just it frustrates me. It just frustrates me as like as a whole, because I'm just like, I actually like women's wrestling. I really do. And that's what keeps me in the show. That's what I want to go see. And I just feel like, once the novelty of women's wrestling is out, they'd have no follow through. You know what I mean? They had the four horsewomen. NXT is struggling now without the four horsewomen to be like the novelty act. As
Because
the main
listen,
roster, they're
oh
struggling.
God, like I've Triple H is more and more like he just had his, like he was a four horse women fan, and now he like he keep with these dominant long ass reigns that's suffocate, like, and it provides no growth, and it's where you get to the point of like, okay, Shayna's opponent, you be like, oh well, that's the next person she gonna choke out and beat, huh? Like
Yeah.
how can you get hyped for that when you've been seeing this pattern over and over? And I low key think the reason why Shayna kept that belt is because like they don't want her on the main roster, because it's still sexist men running the fucking show, and she ain't got no titties, and she there's nothing that's really feminine about her that they can sexualize, that they
Yeah.
can. I ain't got no problem sexualizing.
Me neither.
It ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to like, and she's not Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, you see even with I mean, the comments I saw under when Ember Moon and Sonya Deville got into it backstage or whatever. The comments under that video were horrible. You know what I mean? Just because Deville's a lesbian, and it's just something that I I don't see an easy road for them. They're trailblazers, and I'm really proud of them. And I know they're gonna make it easier for the next set of girls to come up. But I don't. I'm
It's
not
the
looking forward
the,
to
the
that
world
emotional
at
toll.
large. The world. I'm like, look at like we still asking, is America ready for a female president? So
Huh.
and they snatching our reproductive rights left and right all over the country, saying that if a 16-year-old get pregnant, even if she's raped, she got to raise her rape baby. So it's like, as progressive as we want to think we are, we ain't that. We
We're not.
not,
We're
as a
not.
society as a
And
whole.
YouTube comments are the first place so you can judge how far we still have to go.
Right. Look, straight men are the fucking worst, and they are the weakest link, and they are holding us back. And they get mad when you say that now, but like you are, like
Yes, like
in
straight up,
every fucking thing.
straight up.
And it just it's sad when you want to watch wrestling, because it's a form of escapism. To me, the ultimate
Yeah,
form, even more than movies and music, wrestling for me is the ultimate form of escapism. But I can't get that because the shit that's bothering me in the world seeps through into my wrestling.
yeah,
Yeah. And
It
that's partially why I try not to pay attention to it, because it's like it will it will make me, it will just mess up what I'm trying to enjoy when
Yeah,
engaging
it'll
with
fuck up
yeah,
your enjoyment.
So it's
Sometimes you
like
got to
when I
turn it
see it
off.
on,
I
yeah. So
agree.
it's like when I see it on Twitter a lot. That's why I haven't really been on there a lot these past couple of days, because it's like I'm sick of seeing it.
yeah.
It's like I just watch the show and just tweet when
Okay,
it's just I can't. Mm-mm.
I only
I
came back to
want
Twitter because I miss y'all.
I want to know.
Oh, we mean a lot to you,
Did
girl.
y'all see? Did y'all see? Okay, one of my mutuals, a recent mutual, was posting gifts and was like, "Okay, I'm gonna post these gifts of these wrestlers, and I want y'all to give me your opinions on them." So I was giving my opinions on all the wrestlers, and some of them got a few likes or whatever. But my opinion on Alexa Bliss
Got a lot of
blew the
likes.
fuck up.
I
It blew
saw
the
it.
fuck up so much that I had to mute it.
Oh
Okay,
no.
and I started off. This is what I said. I said she's white mediocrity personified,
Oh, I
and
remember.
I also stated that people praise her for making the same facial expression she made 4 or 5 years ago, and
Ooh.
because she can read the scripts better than most people, and she should take Vince Russo's advice. Vince Russo was advice was she should leave and go to acting, and I agree. Do you know I got called a racist by several white people because
Oh
I
my
Yeah.
god.
called her white mediocrity personified.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it.
I got called I got called a racist because I called her white mediocrity personified.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
But
really
that's
funny to
my
me how white
like
people
it's
know what
my opinion.
racism
She's
is.
mediocre as fuck. I don't even it's like I'm sorry. She is. Charlotte, who isn't the best promo. They had a back and forth. Charlotte ate her up. That's when I was like, no, ma'am. How you
Uh,
gonna say you the best at promos and Charlotte eating you up?
Charlotte did. And Charlotte talks like this when she is ready because she can
Right.
yell.
She like that dude. She like that dude who can't control their volume of their voice from Saturday Night Live, and you let her eat to you? No, ma'am. Mm-mm. They put her on. They used to like to put her on commentary until they realized, oh, she can't ad lib. We gonna have to stop putting her on commentary. We exposing her. So it to me it seems like I was like, and I made like I called CM Punk a bitter bitch, and and only one person said something to me, but like I say she mediocre. and she white. I'm a racist. It's why you got to bring race into it because it's 2019. Race is in everything. If people who are
This is
why you got to bring
undercurrent.
race into it. Race is in everything, bitch. And if you don't agree, you can not agree the fuck over there. I would love to have the privilege to walk outside and not constantly be reminded of my race.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It'll be a breath of fucking fresh air.
I
So if
mean,
you
Fresh air.
just
so if
today
you
I
think
had to
I'm
deal with that at
racist,
work.
then fine. You are and to me, ever since this bitch gave an interview and said that Hulk, it was a tragedy that Hulk Hogan was fired and that people should just he apologized and people should move on. I was like, fuck this bitch and everything she claimed. I don't give a fuck about her.
Go on those rants, Tonya.
But like, but here's the thing. I still wasn't out there celebrating when her career was possibly over. Now Lars Sullivan, I will. Cause that's a
Uh-huh.
whole different he let
Ooh,
he
bitch,
let
I
all
crip
his
walk.
shit hang out.
Yep.
I will dance in the street. I ain't got to see this motherfucker until 2020.
I was so happy.
No, let's celebrate that.
Let's celebrate that.
But I wouldn't do it for Alexa. I would just say to retire and go to Hollywood so I don't have to see you wrestle no more. I have tried. I've held on for the as long as I could, but it was a combination of her saying that shit about Hulk Hogan and her basically saying, "Well, I'm a heel. I don't have to wrestle well." I was like, "Nah, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, no,
Fuck
that
this.
was like,
Fuck
girl,
this. No,
there's so
no.
many heels
You
that are
mm-mm.
putting work out. Why are you? Why?
No,
Why?
ma'am. Mm-mm. No.
Speaking of Hollywood, I just get a hearty cackle every now and again when I look at Eva Marie because that episode of Total Divas where Brie said, "You suck at wrestling and she won't be here in a year." And Brie was right. Brie was been there for 10 years and saw it. And every now and again, I just get a hearty cackle that Eva Marie really thought she was going to be the female of the Rock. She
What?
really thought. She said it with her
Well,
chest.
she was saying that on toe. Listen,
She
I
said it
don't
with her chest.
like, and that was another one. Eva Marie, when people were standing her, I'm like, y'all doing it for real or are you just playing? Because I can't see how you could like enjoy any of this.
I liked her on Total Divas. I didn't like her anywhere
I
else.
didn't like her on either one. I was just like, this is unnecessary. She didn't even belong in the Divas era because she would have just gave them an even worse rap.
Bro, the way she fell down that ring that one time, when she
She just
slowly
she was
jumped
the
off and then fell down.
most unathletic person I've ever seen. It was like she was so scared of getting hurt, and you like when you wrestle like that, it's a problem. Like somebody was like, okay, when John Moxley did that, did something, a
A
suicide,
suicide dive.
the same suicide dive he been doing for years and years, and somebody was like, it was even his suicide dives are better, and this and that. I said maybe you should, uh, what you're really implying is that he was mailing it in WWE, and like I don't think you really want to have this discussion when you trying to praise him. And then here comes somebody in my mentions. Well, I don't blame them. Well, I do because I have listened to wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get injured. You have to go out there and wrestle. Fuck.
Yeah, but I don't even think he was mailing it in. I think he's hit his peak suicide dive.
It
I think that's his best
looked
suicide
the
dive.
same to me. I was just like, let's not imply that. Like I would never, because I don't know these people's hearts and their intentions. Sometimes it looked like some folks be mailing it in, like Brock. Like Brock be damn near wanting to yawn in the middle of his match. It's like,
Yeah.
man, this shit over with. Yeah, damn. But like for the most part, I think most of them wrestlers give it they all. Even Alexa, I think she be trying. She just can't do it.
Oh, well.
Mandy Rose, I think she be trying her bless her heart. When I see Mandy Rose try to wrestle, I be like, bless her heart, she is out there doing, and then she got a nice little knee, and it's certain other thing, but it's just like some can't. It ain't all.
See, I'm always shocked because when she was coming up, again, I don't watch NXT, so I'm connected to the internet and I see what people say about stuff. So I have like I'll be excited to see some people over others, you know. And with her, they were like, nah, like she really has been working. She's been doing a ton of house shows. Like she's gotten really good. I when they said she's gotten really good, I was like expecting better than what I've been seeing. I'm not saying she's bad, but the amount of vacant eyes I've seen this girl give in the ring of just what's next,
She
where am
seemed like
I?
she'd be lost, right?
She's just like her eyes be vacant. I'd be so concerned. Like, ma'am, you are outside right now. You are on TV right now. Please be present.
And
Like she never
I
knows what
saw
to do.
somebody because I don't know if y'all know, but there was a match on main event between Sarah Logan and Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke got busted open real bad.
Yeah, because Sarah Logan ain't she about that life.
And somebody was like, well, when Brie injured someone, everybody came down on her, but everybody's quiet now. And I'm thinking, so do you want people to unfairly attack Sarah Logan? Like, what are you?
Exactly. And then
What are
and
you
to be honest, it's
like?
because nobody hates Sarah Logan, so that's why there's no attention on it.
That's
And
and
everyone likes they like Dana Brooke now, and this is just making her more of a darling.
but I think this should be the norm. It should never like this. Like a wrestler gets injured, and we should all say, "Oh, I hope they're okay."
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't think there should ever be rolling back pictures and look at she's fucked up and like the witch hunts that have come at other wrestlers. I don't eat the big Nia thing. I was saying, these women have to wrestle Nia. If she keep hurting them and they don't say nothing and they keep going out there, I am sorry. I cannot speak up for a grown person who won't speak up for themselves. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is we doing here? That's their locker room to police. We can't police from outside the club. What? We can't get in there.
We can't get in.
We can't get in. Like, what the fuck is we like? I sometimes you get caught up in it, especially if it's a wrestler you like. Cause if somebody hurt Roman, I'm gonna be mad.
I'll
But
be bad.
but
And
but
have y'all
that shit's
noticed
gonna happen
have y'all noticed that like no one has actually taken Roman out. His own body has betrayed him several times. When it
several
comes
times.
to
He's actually like
his own body has betrayed him, but
he's
no one has
actually
actually taken him
like he's actually like very very dependable if you really think about it. Cause he be taking some mean bumps,
Some crazy, like
Yes.
he's
some crazy
crazy.
bumps, and it's like I was like that dude really dependable. It's just sometimes he gets sick, but if you really think about it, if he wouldn't get sick, he be surviving these crazy bumps he be taking just to put people over. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's
like
crazy.
I think we as a community, especially with the women, stop being so eager to jump. She need to go to NXT. And this is a professionally run organization, and these are all adults we're talking about. None of these people are forced to do this. So if the whole locker room feels like this person is unsafe and they're not saying anything or they're saying something and they're getting ignored, is there a step like there? If I legitimately thought Nia Jax was unsafe, I'd be like, I'm not wrestling that bitch. Okay, I ain't getting the push. Okay, that's fine, but I'm not wrestling her. I won't be alive without a push. Like so, just to me, it's like it just said that tweet maybe it was worded differently. I would agree with it, but I couldn't like it because it's like, do you want people to come on set? Do you want people to start talking shit about her?
Yeah.
Like a botch, I'll make fun of that, especially if didn't nobody get hurt. Like the one with Miz when he was trying to do that springboard, and people like, well, if this was a woman, I'd be saying, well, allow me to make fun of it. He know goddamn well
He don't be doing
he should stay
springboards.
in his goddamn lane. Trying to do too much. He had way too much dip on his chip. He tried that. He did it again though on Monday, and it was successful. So he was like, "Fuck you, Tonya. I'm gonna keep doing this springboard. Fuck Tuesday."
But
So what
me
if I
knowing
fall?
the Miz is gonna work 10 times harder if he makes a mistake. Because he still feels, because even the other day he was like, I'm starting to earn your respect. He still doesn't feel like he's earned our respect.
But it's some of these folks you can't, like, you ain't never gonna satisfy.
I mean, that's true. I still love the Miz. I've known of him
I
since I was a kid and I saw him in the real world.
thank you.
So
I
I'm
liked him when
always
he
gonna
was
have a heart for him.
Mike from the Real World, and he was
So I'm
running
always gonna
around
stand.
imitating The Rock,
Yes.
calling
With a
himself
southern
His
accent.
Den.
With a southern accent. He was like, I'm just the Rock with a southern accent. This is stupid. What is this?
He was one of my favorites on The Real World, and to see I was so proud of him. Like
Yeah.
everything, his growth, and the fact that when we came in, he was rejected by a toxic locker room, and
Yeah.
the reason I believe like a lot of his coworkers didn't want to fuck with him and didn't want to make him look good, and as a result, it bled to the fans and it came through, and now he's getting their respect because he got their respect in the locker room, and they're willing to work with him and put him over and do those things for him.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess this will be the last topic. We going on 2 hours. I
Oh,
wanted to
wow. It
talk.
never feels like that with you guys. It's
I
like we're
want to
friends
talk
forever. Okay.
real quick about the possibility. Some people have flown it out there, and he did just beat Roman of Shane becoming WWE champion. What do y'all think? What are your thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my gosh. I got so sleepy suddenly. Woo.
I
Oh,
would not be
wait.
surprised at all.
Girl.
It's people out there arguing. Oh, he's gonna drop it. I don't like. Come on now. Come on.
Girl, I do not.
Why we got to even like? What's
Y'all saw when the
this?
Usos made fun of him. They said he's sweating. He didn't even do nothing. He just walked and he's sweating. And they
That's the
went
Right?
truth. I said
Is
he
it
talked
true?
for 20 minutes. He starts sweating.
But listen,
He didn't-
he be hopping over that barricade though. And I'm with the LA crowd. Roman should have took his shoes.
Yeah,
he should
take a shoe.
if he had took his shoes, it would have been posed up next day. Is Roman a heel or a face? Why did he have to take his shoes? Although I would have been like, yeah, baby, even if you can't fit them, sell them joints,
Yes, I'm saying. I'm like, black people would have been like, we riding though.
right? But see, that's cool. That's a little thing that adds another layer to somebody's character. If they whoop your ass in the crowd, be like, take your shoes, and he be like, fuck it, I'll take the shoes. I mean, he just doing what the crowd want. I would have
Yeah,
took the shoes and threw them in the crowd. But
exactly.
no,
Nah,
you
but
never
those
know.
are khaki stacks.
Somebody would have got yelled at for that.
Of course.
So
I have a question for y'all.
okay.
I mean, I'm not interested in the Shane title run. I don't know if you guys have
No,
more
not
opinions.
at all. I don't think any of us are. But did
I
you think it would happen?
my
I
question
said
was,
she wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't either. I think that's why he being built up so much.
yeah, ugh, I don't want it. You can keep it.
Me.
That's week old Chinese food. I don't want it. The, my only other thought, my only other question for y'all was, how do you feel about these fan and wrestler interactions on the indie shows lately? They have been out of control with spitting and
Somebody need their
dropping
ass beat.
drinks and getting punched and people have
Somebody,
huh?
somebody, a wrestler just need to say, you know what? I'm gonna lawyer up after this and whoop the shit out of one of them men. Cause it's just white men doing this shit.
It is.
Somebody in that instance need to say, I'm just gonna have to take this L later on and beat the shit out of them. And I bet you it'll stop.
Well, did you see what one of the Samoan Dynasty dudes what he
It
did?
wasn't good enough.
He knocked old boy out.
He did.
But I'm just kind of shocked because I'm just like, why is it's been getting extremely hostile and aggressive, and I'm just kind of like,
what is happening? Why are these fans going out of control? Why are they spitting on people? And what is like? Why is all that happening? You know what I mean?
It because the culture in America is being emboldened by the fucking president, and these white people are getting all out of fucking pocket. Just
Mm,
like you
yeah.
remember last summer, you couldn't go 1 week without a video of a white person calling the police on somebody black
Yeah.
for being black. It's the same shit.
Yeah. Because the way they're acting is like they act like they own these wrestlers, and it's kind of weird. It's like we're your fans, we pay your bills. No, that's not how that works. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's very. I've been kind of low key kind of bothered by it because it's just like the energy seems so off. Like, why are you crossing the barricade? Why are you getting acting like you about to go in this ring and swing on somebody? And who are
Why
you?
you why well, a female wrestler you grope her and grab her like it's just
Yeah, it's smarmy. It just feels so gross. And I'm just like, what is going on here? I just wanted to know if y'all had opinions on it because I was just very like weirded
I feel
out.
it, and it's also these promotion jobs. That's why like it was this one dude that was saying blatantly home transphobic stuff about Nyla
Oh
Rose,
yes,
and somebody showed that shit to the elite, and they said, "Oh, he's banned." And I think if more independent promotions put their foot down
yes,
on these type of fans, have better security. So when that shit happens, as soon as they do it, somebody come from behind and snatch them up by the collar and be like, "Come here, let me holler at your player." I
yeah.
believe I believe they'll calm down on it, but it's just
I think because I feel like that's why these wrestlers have been going off on them lately and like straight up punching people and making and like because they for me they haven't even been hiding the videos. They've been spreading the videos and making sure that we
right.
see.
Security didn't do nothing when Scarlett got grabbed. Her opponent pulled her away. You're right. Oh, Goldberg and Undertaker. Yes, that's a
Oh,
good one.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, did y'all see the clip?
girl, all I saw was gifts and I was weak. I said, "This is dangerous." Are you kidding?
What gifts?
Gifts of
A
the match.
Goldberg and Undertaker match where okay, Goldberg knocked himself out. He gave himself a concussion before the match started. And then he
How
made
did he do that?
banging his head on the door of his locker room.
But
He was
didn't he
feeling the
do that before?
nostalgia.
He
That's
made
all that
that
was.
mistake already, and he said he won't do that anymore because he
And
started
and
bleeding.
and then he made it worse by hitting his head.
Taker
And
Taker actually tombstoned. When I say literally
Yes,
tombstoned him.
his neck went crunch crunch.
I said, "Oh my God, it's time for them both to hang up, especially Taker. I
yes,
love Taker,
and
but
and
it's over."
and people were just like, "Well, Goldberg can cuss himself." I said, Undertaker has been a veteran for 30 years. He can't recognize when his opponent can't do a move.
I mean,
He ain't no spring chicken. He was supposed to. He did not protect Goldberg at all. At all.
if he can't do these moves with a young person who's strong like Roman, then there's no
And
way you
that's
can
why
expect
people like,
Goldberg to do it.
oh, he should do that. He should only have young opponents. No, he should only have no opponents. What do you
Exactly. Why do
mean?
y'all want to see him stitch himself up every week to come back and fight? He's old.
Just let him. If you want to see him in person, just let him come out to the ring, do his little googly magic stuff, and then go. At the most, interrupt a segment and do a choke slam. At the most.
Bro,
But
I don't want to see people lose their quality of life because they don't want
and
to hang out.
somebody was like, "Well, you see, all the wrestlers, they're only coming out and talking about Goldberg, not the Undertaker. The Undertaker is the godfather of wrestling. Who gonna speak out against him?
None of them are gonna be
Who?
telling him to
Who?
retire because
Who?
their career will be over if they start talking about
Right?
the
They
Undertaker.
automatically not getting pushed. Come on, this is the man who's the locker room leader, allowing JBL to go into people's showers and lather them up and threaten them with anal sex.
Oh,
But gay
That's
people are a
your
problem, right?
Undertaker.
Okay.
That's your Undertaker who was walking around in SS shirts
What's
and
SS?
signing pictures 88.
What's 88? What's SS?
Hey, eight. The letter 8 stands for H. Hail Hitler.
Oh no.
You ever see a white person with an 8-ball tattoo? Stay the fuck away from them.
Oh wow. Okay, good to know.
Right? See, I've watched a lot of prison documentaries. so
Oh,
so
no,
it's
I
like
didn't know that. Yeah, I had no idea. That's crazy.
right.
That was his. Oh wow, wow.
So
But he's graduated to diet racism now. He just talks about standing for the anthem and stuff. He's on diet racism.
right, diet racism. Just mask as conservatism.
Yes.
You just ain't got the hood on no more.
Oh wow. Dark times. This is why I can't follow none of the wrestlers I like on Twitter anymore. I just gotta stop.
And I think I've cultivated and I'm so what I am so glad of is that little me, her first wrestling crush was Kevin Nash, and he's woke as fuck because he an old white man. It's always a gamble. But he out here talking shit about Trump. Like he was like this, he really like conservatives. This your man's. This is your man's. So I'm like, pat myself on the back for that one. And him and X Pac was like always my like underdog that I really loved so much. He woke as fuck too.
They are woke. I will give them that. They have not
So
disappointed me on Twitter.
right, they have not embarrassed my fandom of them yet. Thank the Lord, because Sky Hall and Shawn Michaels have.
Whew. This is why you just can't follow your face on Twitter, man. Dang.
No, not
If
some
they all white men, you just gotta just ignore them. Let them surprise you, but you can't speak
Booker
them out.
T, Mark Henry.
Oh, all of them have been on the coon shit like
The
crazy lately.
step in these young kids don't no. If you don't shut the see, this is the thing.
I tolerated racism, and I've has a lot of money now.
Right. I tolerated racism. It did just fine for me. What's wrong with these kids nowadays? Don't even know their place.
Exactly. I don't like it.
We're not accepting fake apologies no more. We're not taking half measures. We're not voting for Joe Biden.
Oh no.
like
no,
we new niggas. Like we grew up on Boys in the Hood and set it off and like no. Like we not gonna do that. A good enough is not good enough for us.
Exactly.
So
I feel empowered.
I just want to know what's gonna happen to Leo Rush because they still got him on the roster, and he tweets like he a free.
I miss my nigga Leo.
I miss him too.
He is 20 like he ain't he.
He didn't already paid for some independent vignettes and stuff. So I want to know what the deal is.
I'm following him to AEW. I will watch Amateur Hour for Leo.
I feel like AEW gonna have to settle down once they get on TV every week.
Yeah, especially Cody
because
bitter ass.
Them saying that they gonna have more wrestling is like
that ain't gonna work for me, brother.
It's not gonna work because it's not gonna be sustainable because injuries happen and you can't and you got to show people's personalities as well.
I don't think they're doing house shows though.
I feel like they're gonna be using certain indie promotions as house shows. I don't think they're gonna be doing house shows just yet.
That's what I think that was one of their ways of lessening the schedule. They're like, why are we going all? Because Cody was like, why are we going all out for non-televised shows? Why are we doing that?
I feel, but as much as I don't like the Elite, I hope their presence helps the wrestling business and helps the wrestlers. Because I'm not Vince McMahon's biggest fan either, but I'm a WWE fan. So, you can have nuanced relationships with My favorite rapper was Tupac. He went to jail for rape, and I'm woke as fuck, but I still will listen to some Tupac.
And I still will listen to some Tupac.
So and I say it like people love to be like, "Oh, you're a hypocrite." I'm like, "Well, yes, that's the nature. That's human nature."
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Cause
were just talking about that before the show started. Yeah, like
And it's like I
you're
don't
not gonna
like.
agree on
And it's
everything.
like I don't like Chris Brown as a person, but I be jamming
sometimes
to
them
his
songs be
music.
slapping though.
Yeah, I be jamming to his
Sometimes they
music.
Listen,
be.
sometimes, but then he be assaulting us with these 75 song albums, and I'm tired, Chris.
I listened to the whole Heartbreak on Full Moon album. I like the
This is
album.
why you're tired. This is why you be falling asleep at 9:30 because you've been up for 4 days listening to his album. Gotta be
At
kidding me.
least at least I can do my podcast on time.
How dare you? You fall asleep one time. You guys
Yeah,
all
Scott Hall is super creepy. Like,
say what?
no, I'm looking at the comment. They said Scott Hall creeps on Liv Morgan on Twitter, and it's awkward. It is awkward.
It is.
But
He creeps on Liv
but,
Morgan.
but,
I've accepted that's just how he
That
is.
girl is
but
23.
let me tell you, as soon as if they play that car crash and he come out, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, let's raise a Ramon. So I can understand people still being an Undertaker fan, even though they're black, because that's their childhood.
Yeah.
And some things I I get separating the entertainer from their art at times. The only times I can't do it is a situation like R. Kelly where he like his entertainment is his crimes. Like
Yes.
he
Like his
telegraphed.
entertainment allows him to commit the crimes.
Right, right.
And for
It's
me, I think it's more so for people like Lars Sullivan, where honestly, had the first time these things came out, like I think of it like the way I think of that. There's a reggae artist who stopped singing a song. I want to say it was like Batiman or something like that, talking about like it was a very homophobic song that was a part of his repertoire. He stopped singing it and he took it off of every platform that he had control over. That he was able to pull it down. So he took it down from almost everything. And he stopped singing this song. And years ago, there was no one asked him to. He chose to take it off of his repertoire. So whenever people bring up this song, he'll just say, "Hey, like in 2007, I said I wasn't going to do the song anymore because it doesn't reflect who I am now." Blah 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 blah. And I look at that as the model of how to handle these things. Don't wait for it to get out and for people to talk about it. You all take ownership and say, "Hey, I have changed. These are things that I used to do, and I have changed."
and Lars, when it first came on the internet, he got anxiety and ran.
He didn't get exact. Remember, he was all proud. Who? What y'all fake mad about today? And he had balls for it. And now he's got to deal with it because he doubled down and then wanted to play the "I changed" card. It's too late.
Right. I think this is very healthy for people to say, I do not accept your apology.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
people are so quick to be like, well, he apologized. So fucking what? I don't accept it. And then the onus is on me now. I'm the one who's dividing. No, I'm not. I'm refusing to be victimized.
Yeah.
Like that couple in Phoenix with they
Oh
baby
yes.
accidentally took the doll out of the store and they rolled up on them like they were school shooters.
Yeah.
And that couple said, "Fuck your apology." That's the energy that we need to have because we've done this for decades. Fuck your apology. I need to see actions.
100%.
So
That's an end. That's an end of an episode right there. Fuck your apology. We need actions.
I need that action. So I'll be watching the BET Awards. But I'm gonna be checking in on WWE. I probably watch Raw or SmackDown coming up, but I seriously doubt I'm gonna be watching Stomping Grounds at all. What about you,
Stomp
I'm
T?
gonna
PR.
watch. I'm gonna watch it because I like the card. So it's like I do like the card taking the like I said, the stories was just trash, but I could watch some wrestling every now and then. So I'm just gonna watch it based on
You
that
know,
perspective.
if the BET Awards is as dry as they were last year, I'll give them an hour. And if they dry as they were last year, I'll watch Stump in the Yard. But
Stomp in the yard. I'm gonna wait for that.
it's a
I'm indifferent because I haven't been watching wrestling outside of YouTube the past few weeks. And mainly it's just because I get home so late and it's the East Coast is late and I'm not staying up for 3 hours of Raw. So especially when all of it's on YouTube. So I I'm not invested outside of Kofi. I'm not invested in anything that's happening on the show anywhere except in the 24/7 title. Again, black people just doing the best.
okay. One last question: what do you
So
think is the main event? You think Kofi or Sex Match?
It better be
It
Kofi. I don't
should
care
be
if it's
Kofi. I hope it is Kofi.
I don't.
it's like I think it's gonna be
I
Kofi.
think Finn Balor will main, but
Who?
I couldn't even get the words.
He like Oscar said. He work here.
He work here.
He work here. All right, y'all. Well, thank you to everybody who listened. This has been Suplexes and Shea Butter. We'll be back probably next month. I don't know. I think it's gonna be Extreme Rules.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Kind of. So see you later, peoples.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Peace.